This week on Worldwide Gaming, John reviews The Pit. We look at the top 10 underrated games. An interview with the developers of Borderlands, a pre-sequel at E3 2014. And a WG101 from Cameron on Borderlands 2 character builds. Hello and welcome to Worldwide Gaming. I'm your host Ryan.
I'm Vince.
And I'm John.
And just in time for Borderlands, a pre-sequel to be released, we're actually going back to Borderlands 2.
Woo, great game.
You guys fans of the series at all, or?
I love the whole series. Absolutely love it. I found it a bit hard to get into at first because the disc I got was scratched originally, and the demo that I played of the game, I didn't realize that headshots were just a critical hit and not an instant kill, and I got really angry at that and walked off.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
All right, but before we get to that, we're going to the forecast.
Beautiful ocean blues can be found in the upcoming Abzu. Created by former Journey devs, it is coming soon to the PlayStation 4 and PC. The game's story and gameplay are unclear at the moment, but the game looks just as gorgeous as its predecessor. We give this one a 2. Microsoft's interpretation of PlayStation's Little Big Planet, Project Spark, is coming to Xbox One this October. While it looks like it could quench the creative thirst of Xbox fans, we don't think this game will be as successful as its Sony counterpart. We give it a -2.
Where's the rest of your game?
Oh, I almost forgot the best part.
Some friendship-ending minigames are on the horizon, with the upcoming release of Mario Party 10 for the Wii U. Not much has been shown of this sequel, so we feel it could go either way, giving it a 0.
A deadly plague has been unleashed upon the world. Your last hope is to find an alien facility dug deep in the mountains that's said to be nothing more than a legend. It's a massive complex, and all anyone knows is that no one has ever returned from expeditioning the Pit. The Pit is a sci-fi roguelike. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the genre, it generally boils down to a you take a turn, then your enemy takes a turn type of affair, usually in randomly generated areas. Roguelikes are also often infamous for the severity of their difficulty curve. When starting the game, you'll find yourself choosing one of 3 character archetypes: the Scout, Engineer, or Marine. The Engineer excels at technical skills like lockpicking and computers, whereas the Marine specialises in combat, and the Scout falls somewhere in between as sort of a jack of all trades. There are 30 floors you have to fight and survive your way through, each more difficult than the last. You'll need to check every last corner to ensure your survival, as the Pit does not screw around. While resources are finite floor to floor, some items seem to verge on too common even on harder difficulties. Make no mistake, the game is hard, but it feels like the spawning of ammo and food could be improved upon just to make it a little bit more challenging. Having said that, the scavenging part of the Pit is definitely one of the key features that brings you back for more. There is no shortage of enemies on each floor, and some of them are pretty devastating. but each foe vanquished earns you experience towards a level up, which in turn can further your abilities to decrypt alien messages or heal yourself more effectively. You may find it useful to hold on to your level until you're in dire straits, as going up a level replenishes your health back to full, which is a nice touch. The game will keep you guessing throughout every run with different floor layouts, enemy placements, and items such as augmentations and serums that change function each time you play through a new run. While RNG adds to the game's replayability, there is so much variation in the pit that it could be overwhelming for newcomers. The pit also features a fairly robust crafting system. To the newcomer, it can seem overly complex, but seasoned veterans will understand that creating new food items or better item or augmentations can be integral to your survival. It adds another layer of variation to the game, further strengthening the game's ability to give you something new each time you play it. Now that the pit has been out for a while, there's a decent collection of DLC available that adds a variety of features, including more characters, a wider variety of enemies and items, and even a new mechanic in psionic powers. I'm sure you'll agree with me that it may take some time to see how deep the rabbit hole truly goes. The pit isn't anything new in terms of style or gameplay, but what it is a really solid dungeon crawling game. It may take 10 to 20 deaths to get a good grip on what the game represents and throws you into, but that's all part of a good roguelike game. The key is that even through dying, you'll still want to come back for more.